That brings us to our next segment, Dirty, which is room for improvement. Now, when it comes to this, David, for me, my room for improvement would have been this. I'm going to steal the first shot at saying this because it goes along with what you said in our last week's episode, which was, to me, I'm actually doing what I accused you of doing about 25 minutes ago. I am contradicting myself from last week and using something you said to honor home my point. Between the, like, if anything, for me, and I don't want to get too much into it because I know we're getting the given, but for me, between the cinematography, the story writing, the acting, like, to me, it had me there. It's had me there. Like I'm right there and I'm about to explode or something like that. And then they spoon feed me the ending. Like, I don't need to know that part. I don't need to know that the game didn't change. I got the diamonds and now I put a down payment on life. We were right there. I didn't need you to wrap it up for me. I was good with Rico getting up at the end from like Ace, like you said, Rico would have said I went out like a sucker, but that.
Yeah,
so
if they would have ended it on the basketball court. That would have been perfect. Because that would have been true to the main character of Ace, just quiet, subtle.
Even had a gun on him and you never knew it.
And that would have been perfect to let you know that all your suspicions were correct, that he was doing that to turn him in. There was so much beautifully implied, but it was like somebody in the writers' room were like, "There's gonna be people that don't get it. Let's just give them this one scene at the end that lets them know that this actually happened." Like, nah, it should have ended.
I love what you
right
said there. I think that's a term we should copyright, beautifully implied. Let it be artistically and beautifully implied to the point to where that's what filmmaking is.
And trust that you did it effectively enough.
Did they not do enough delving of the characters? The whole film for us, like, they made within 30 minutes, we clearly cared about Mitch and Ace, and even 45 minutes in, you loved Rico for being that Doc Holliday character.
Yeah. Yep. I would have changed. I wanted more, but
more than 90 minutes.
Yes, in a way. So I feel like as great as the movie was, it felt rushed a lot of the times. I felt like they were rushing through a lot of.
Well, explain that because I'm confused. Because earlier you said you liked the pacing, and now you're saying you feel like it's rushed.
The pacing was great. How they took, like, on a micro level or on a macro level, the pacing was great. How they, you have these events transpiring and the way they chose to put the events in order, out of order. That was that. So it's not really the pacing as much as it is the Quentin Tarantino-ing of certain moments in the movie. That was good, but that same formula could have been applied to. I think this would have been much better served as a TV series, like on Showtime or HBO.
Something like The Chi? Or as you brought up earlier, The Wire with Avon Barksdale
or
and James
Breaking
Wood.
Bad, where you watch somebody.
Dude, they would have had me locked in for like 7 seasons.
Because Ace is the perfect story of, like, watching this normal kid turn into, and then you have, like, in the movie itself, all these pivotal moments that are just kind of glossed over or quickly because they had to get on to the next thing, like Mitch going to prison. Like, that could have been finale of season 1. And then Mitch dying could have been finale season 2. It didn't have to be a long stretched out thing.
Can I give you a fun fact?
Yeah.
First off, before I give you the fun fact, let me say that I 155 million % agree with what you're saying because I've never looked at it that way. I've watched this movie a bunch of times, and I agree with you. After watching The Wire, The Chi, Oz, and things like that, I agree with you 100%. This could have been a series, and it would have been more successful as a series. There's always a connection between all our films, between composers, scenes, callbacks. To me, you mentioned something earlier. James Woods was in what prior to this? You named a couple of things, but I said what? The Wire.
Are you talking about Wood Harris?
No, James Wood.
James Woods is that old white guy from
Thank you
Vampires.
so much. Yet again, I've been trying to get him all episode. Guys, he is so
in Vampire. This vampire will bend you over and take a walk up your strata chocolata.
Okay, and no one thought we were going to do that episode today. But no, again, thank you. I've been trying to get him all episode, and clearly he cannot be gotten. So Woods Harris, I told you earlier in the film, played a character by the name of Avon Barksdale in what popular HBO series?
The Wire.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what 11-year-old was in that?
No.
The same child that was in The Living Wake.
What? Get the f*** out of here.
B. Jordan got his start on The Wire, and that's 100%
Oh,
factual.
okay.
You can IMDb me. I'll bet my next month's salary on that one. Yeah, he got started in that, and that's what's crazy. Like when Woods Harris was that dude, and also I'm sorry, have you ever heard of this guy? You might have heard of him. I don't know his name. Idris Elba.
Oh yeah, I think
So we got Idris Elba, Woods Harris. We got Michael B. Jordan. Like, to me, other like The Wire and The Oz, as far as HBO concerned, and Dream On, that's my childhood nostalgia coming back, are like my top 3 HBO shows. I'm sorry, True Blood. All right, move Dream On out for True Blood. True Blood, The Wire, and Oz are my top 3 HBO shows ever. HBO, are y'all still out there? Give us a fucking deal. Where the is HBO at?
Yeah,
where's the home box office?
And when they're talking about doing a sequel, a sequel. Remakes are all the rave right now. So take a movie from 2002 based on something that happened in the 80s and give it the Karate Kid treatment instead of
like Total Recall.
I'm talking like instead of doing a sequel, go back and do the movie, but do it based
modernized
on
version of the movie,
and do it based on Faison's original script. That is probably that actually spans 7 years.
No,
instead
don't
of
go back and do a movie. Go back and do a series, as you
mentioned
earlier.
That's
and
what
furthermore,
I'm saying.
Go back and let us write and direct and do the series, and we'll show you how it's supposed to be done. This is our pitch for Paid in Full.
But go back to the original source material instead of doing a sequel. Go back to his original script and flesh that out over 7 years.
It's called, if I'm not mistaken, I forgot the name of the street, but it's something in 125th Street is the name of the original screenplay. And I did my research on that. So all I'm saying is HBO, Showtime, FX, if you're looking for somebody to make you bang for your buck, hire us. We're cheap now, and we'll do maybe 4 seasons. We promise you only something better than Power.
And you can probably get Cameron for like a whole season for like
16,000.
Yeah.
Because he did one movie. And guess what, Cam?
I was going to say 1,600.
Well, I mean, hey, I respect him too much for that, dude. We're going to at least get you 50,000. Pesos.
Yeah, okay. Oh, he's gonna shoot you in the ass, pull you out of the car.
Well, you know, with Cam, drip, pink drip.
Find us in all these links. It's coming up right now.
That's the trailer.